Like here now, it's completely silent.
Let me bring the radio.
So you got start?
Okay.
Ready?
I have to keep this in sub. I have to keep this in sub. Oh, okay. This one. Okay.
Are you going to talk?
So it's PGM. What? No, no, no. I'm not talking.
Soundtrack on. It's the Capital Gang, the ultimate weekend political talk show of the land, the best that they can ever be. Welcome to this special edition coming to you live from the Africa Coffee Park in Ntungamo. And yes, your host standing in for the regular host or the perennial host, Oscar Samoya Mzuke. My name is Kasiate, Simon Kasiate. On the program, the regular gangsters already assembled and in faculty, and I will introduce them in no particular order. But right next to me, Lydia Wanyoto, contesting for the Mbale City Member of Parliament, a former member of the National Resistance Movement Central Executive Committee, and a regular gangster on the program. Good morning, Lydia.
Good morning to our viewers and listeners, and I'm happy to be in Ntungamo, Inspire Africa. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Yes, in a good mood. The other member of the gang, regular gangster, Malcolm Mpamizo, looking sharp in white. I think you got the memo for the dress code, you and Lydia, appropriately well.
Thank you, Simon. A very good morning to you all, and it's a pleasure to be here in beautiful Ntungamo.
The other gangster in the house, Joseph Ochieno, the man from Nagongera, is comfortably seated in his red corner.
Thank you very much for having me, Simon. I'm delighted to be here and to inform the whole country that my father had a coffee plant in Nagongera, but it was basically a plant, not the plant, the kind we've just seen here. So absolutely impressive stuff.
Wow, welcome to the program. And yes, here comes the most difficult part, because the next people I'm going to introduce, I have a long history with them. Perhaps I've known them for longer than I've not known them. And in no particular order, I will introduce one of our guests, Mr. James Tweheyo. He is a commissioner in the Electoral Commission of the National Resistance Movement. But before that, he was the Supremo at the Uganda National Teachers Union. But even before that, he was my teacher in Ntare School. So I am what he taught me to be and was. Mr. Tweheyo, welcome to the program.
And even before that, I was a student at Ntare School. So good morning, Simon. Good morning, listeners. Good morning, all of you listening to Capital Radio. I'm happy to be here with you.
Great. And the man that's ruffling feathers, and the man that is rubber-rousing, the man for whom we are here to prove with our own eyes to see whether the Africa Coffee Park is a reality or a myth, a man that has been a talking point, especially around the coffee area. Nelson Tugume, known him for a long time, knew him as a young boy, a student of Ntare School, and I must say something, except for a pot belly, not much has changed in character, size, and shape.
Thank you, Simon. It's a pleasure, of course, to welcome you, the Capital Gang, and all the listeners to the Africa Coffee Park, where things happen and we disrupt the status quo and make things happen.
I will be asking you later on in the program whether your disruption is for positive impact or indeed for the negative impact for which many people think it is. If you're listening to us from wherever it is that you get your frequency, I must say if you're around Mbara, you can catch us on 88.7. If you're in Kampala, it's the usual 91.3. If you're in Mbali, it's 90.9, Arua, 97.2. Gulu 96.9, Fort Portal 88.4. We're also live on YouTube, X Spaces, TikTok Live, Facebook, and on our website, which is www.capitalradio.co.ug. Welcome once again. On the 1st of October is International Coffee Day, celebrated across the world. But more importantly, it's the first time we are feeling a celebration of the kind that we did this particular year. And perhaps that's why all roads and now microphones are here facing Ntungamo. I'll start with you, Nelson. Africa Coffee Park. In just a sentence or two, where are we? What are you doing here?
Thank you once again, Simon. The Africa Coffee Park on the 1st of October introduced 3-4 products in the market. You could have seen probably, and now you're able to get in a supermarket or give us a call and we give you a very nice cup of coffee. The talk and the value addition that we've been talking, we still have a big journey to go. Like you've heard, it's the Africa Coffee Park, which our main objective is to, at least in a minimum of 1 year, to have produced 14 to 20 different products. In the next 5 years, we would like to make sure that we have 1 million people coming at the Africa Coffee Park, spending $2,000, which is about $2 billion. We also intend to ensure that our aspiration and target that we move now where we are at 2 billion as a country to $5 billion. And this is from a very simple math point of view, that while the world total value of coffee is 460 billion, Uganda, the biggest producer of coffee, only earns less than $1 billion. It's just going to 2 billion.
Nelson,
because
Uganda is the biggest coffee producer of the world, or in this?
Of Africa. Of Africa. We've overtaken now Ethiopia recently, and becomes the biggest exporter. That is not, guys, friends, that actually is not celebrate that we're the biggest exporter of coffee in Africa. I've seen a couple of us celebrating. That's actually not what to celebrate. What are we celebrating?
Let me get this right. We are the biggest coffee exporter in Africa, but exporting largely green bean.
Low value.
And what you want to do here at the Africa Coffee Park is to say we now begin to export value addition.
Value added coffee. Because I can tell you, if only coffee that we have in Uganda is exported 50%, we rightly get 5 billion. If we made an addition and say coffee is an experience for Ugandans, for the rest of the world to come in, you can quickly earn another free money in coffee tourism of another 2 billion. So by us thinking, yeah, it's good to celebrate, and I want us to encourage people continuing to celebrate. But the big idea is us breaking the chains, the barriers of the bean, which we've been at for the last 200 years. Simon, your fathers, my fathers, our grandparents, our 4 grandfathers have been at the bean. Our ask, maybe our thinking at the Capital Ganga should be, why have been this for such a long time? I saw my teacher here today. Is it because he was teaching me that coffee is a cash crop, not a beverage? What is the reason why people should understand and know why we need to take it a further step and get a better value out of our coffee?
Nelson, the argument that value addition is indeed, like the name says, is indeed more value for a product you have, has been made and is an agreed position. Now let's break it down to you, the Africa Coffee Park, which facility is marvelous, is huge and all, but we need to first get the elephant out of this room.
Yeah.
Nelson, you get into partnership with government. Taxpayer money is advanced to you to put up this facility. And questions abound. Why Nelson? Why here? What guarantees do we have that taxpayers' money is not going down another bottomless abyss? We just need you to reassure us.
And number one,
that.
quickly, I'm not the first.
And for which we will have to hold you to account for the next generations.
And one, friends listening to all of us and Ugandans and people all over the world, I like to be accountable. I like not to fail the next generation. I've been a hustler. I know what it means to look for money. I know what it means, Simon. So you know, my first big loan, I got my first big loan to put my first apartments when I was in first year of university. So I've been in this game of money. I know what value of money means. So for a taxpayer and anyone listening to us, Inspire Africa, Nelson Tugume, we do not want to fail the next person. Say, you failed. Wherever I go, all over the world, in government offices, to people, they own it. Mkwano. And Mkwano was a UPC fella, so maybe he thought he was going to be kidnapped, and asked him, what does it take for us to have soap? I'm just going very fast. President Museveni got $1 million and gave it to Mkwano. Some of you don't know that story. You can see how Mkwano has turned around that.
Yeah, but you see, the difference between you and Mkwano is that Mkwano was using his money or he was borrowing in his name. But for you, Nelson, where we are, you picked taxpayers' money, and we need you to give us assurance that this is going to be put to good use and we shall receive a return on this huge investment.
Kasiate, let me correct you, number one. By the time government came in, I'd already started on this journey. I had invested huge amounts. For your own information, actually, government has invested less in this vision, in this dream, in this compartment that you've seen.
Wow.
But because you have a lot of noise, you people out there, you never know the real answers. Government has
and
invested.
That's why we are here, Nelson.
Yes,
give us the answers. The floor
The
is
answers
yours.
are government has invested about $52 million.
$52 million.
Do you see what's the equivalent of the investment that you're seeing here?
Now, Nelson, you're asking a man who has never seen $1 million in one band.
So
Please,
now
spare me hard questions. The hard questions are for you.
And now, Simon, I want you to pick up and go to real business, because now we're talking investment. For your own information, Simon.
Yes.
Like we say, the Africa Coffee Park. This is expanded to the Africa Coffee Park Smart City. We intend to invest another $5.5 billion in this city.
What will this city have other than producing coffee? I heard you talk about visitors coming here. You seem to talk about
There are
tourism.
conventional centers, educational facilities,
Okay, just hold on,
coffee
Nelson.
resorts.
No. Take it slowly, Nelson. What is going to be at the Africa Coffee Park when I close my eyes and see it complete? Break it down for me.
Number one, just to break it down, you come to have an experience of coffee.
Wow.
This is the thinking around the world. Let me benchmark with Starbucks. The CEO of Starbucks, he was in the 70s. He came to be hired and told the shareholders that I would like to make Starbucks a reality of coffee experience. They chased him away. They called him back when they were going to sell it.
And he bought it.
And it was about, not a lot of money then, $100,000 or less. He took 2 days in the office and got the man and bought it. Starbucks now is your second home of coffee experience. So friends, coffee is not just a bean. Coffee is not just a raw material. Coffee is experience, is a nut. We can use it as a nut to bring everyone to Uganda, because everyone almost around the world takes coffee. So how do you use it as a tool to bring people to your country and make sure they spend? Just take an example of the desert in Dubai. Everyone wants to go to. So you can imagine if we use this experience of coffee and everyone shouted about coffee for the good, you can imagine how many millions of people will come here for the coffee experience. And then after, take them to Windi, Kidepo, Queen Elizabeth National Park and spend more money. So what am I trying to say? The Africa Coffee Park is to give you that experience of Ugandan coffee by breaking it down into one, coffee tourism, coffee value addition processing, that is roasting the products you've seen. If 1 million tourists came and everyone took 2 kilos of coffee, that's already $120 million because they are taking very high value coffees. But those 1 million people, if you gave them a good experience, Simon, and they went back, you don't even need to go on CNN. That would be your best marketers ever. I always tell people there's a small town in Turkey called Cappadocia. It brings in 6 million tourists just out of balloons and caves. Can you imagine? Turkey right now is at a target of 60 million tourists. The reason why I'm doing tourism, because it's just free money. People just come with their own money and give it to you. Give them a good service, give them a good coffee. Whatever you're doing, let it be good and good. So the Africa Coffee Park is to disrupt our usual systems, like I said. Number one, this is for the farmer. The farmer for a long time, plus my mother, whom I told you about, that story, was been getting less than $2, $3, $4.
And the dream will come true. I still believe he has much more to invest in, and this money must be mobilized. And I'm glad when we used to talk of diversification, he is not only putting his eye on coffee,